Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. There he is.
What's happening, my friend? Thanks for having me back on once again. You're looking great, by the way. You brushed your hair? You did something different, looks like.
I'm moisturized.
Yeah.
It's the Ken Doll of aviation. It's Jason Shappert from RemotePilot101.com. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. There are some newbies watching, I hope, who are interested in getting certified so that you can make actual money. We'll talk about that later. What a wacky show it's going to be today. Our buddy Ryan Latourette is going to be on, and he is in your corner to fight for the rights of the drone community. And we've got some stories tonight that will upset you, give you hope, and maybe make you cry even. And I've got...
I'm already crying.
The most amazing FPV Karen video that I've seen in a long time. I had to edit out all the F-bombs, but I started running out of beeps, but it's amazing.
Yeah, you only get so many beeps on that.
I use my monthly allotment of beeps. We've got Jeff Sills with the news, and your viewer videos, plus fun and prizes. But first, Jason, what have you been up to at MzeroA and RemotePilot101.com?
Well, Ken, I've been wearing my 2 watches diligently, thanks to you. Actually, we've been filming a ton of new content to continue to update the courses and just keep everything relevant and real world in everything that we do. So a lot of time in front of the camera, kind of busy with that. I see a bunch of people out in the chat as well. Carl's Corner, I saw you earlier, and a few others saying hey to you guys back as well. And hi to my lovely wife who's traveling to Mallorca right now to see her family. And I'm hanging out with Ken. Is either go to Mallorca or hang out with Ken. I picked hang out with Ken.
And she's watching because she watches all of my streams, not just when you're on it.
No, she watches you and the other Jason. I mean, it's mostly about you though, Ken.
Well, I mean, of course. Women gravitate towards me.
I can tell.
Isn't that right, honey? Oh, I live alone? Okay. Hey, we thank you for being our biggest and favorite sponsor, but the first sponsor, even before you, was, of course, the Cadillac.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the Cadillac of learning, of drone knowledge, okay? But Pigeon Jerky is the Cadillac of processed meat, and they need to play their jingle.
You'll enjoy Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy Pigeon Jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow. Yeah. And it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
You'll enjoy Pigeon Jerky.
Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. Yeah.
So good.
Thank you, Pigeon Jerky.
Good people.
Fun time droney treat
Jerky.
Since 1970.
18 sometimes.
18.
Yeah. It's okay.
So the weekly bow chart tonight, by the way, our friend from Canada, I'll play that closer to the end of the news than I did last week. And I thank him very much for all of his efforts.
It is a lot of effort too.
It is a lot of, sometimes it's sometimes it's an effort to watch it.
If you're shopping at wherever, Ken goes shopping, Piggly Wiggly, wherever you go, and you had to explain the weekly bow chart to somebody, how would you explain it? I
would say, we've got a Canadian on the show, and they'd be like,
we get it.
Say no more. So let me just get this video out of the way while I'm thinking about it. Somebody sent this to me. It's simply titled "The Drone Catcher Guy."
Drone Catcher Guy.
The Drone Catcher Guy. I think I can do this. I can do this. Watch this video.
I'm ready.
Here comes the drone. He's controlling it.
Stop it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'll show it again. So he's controlling it with his right hand, right? And then he flips it over to turn it on.
Are you sure that's not reversed?
No, it's real. It's real. Yeah. I think I can do that. What you're doing is he's just gunning the throttle so that the drone is like this. Yeah. And then right before it gets to him, he throttles backwards so that it goes, and he just catches it.
And you got to be in sport mode, otherwise it's going to sense you and
freak
out.
Drone,
so.
Let me get all sciencey with you. Okay.
Come on, Cinewhoop.
Yeah. So the drone, when you accelerate, the drone is like this. This is the top, right?
Yeah.
It's coming at you like this. And then
I feel like Mr. Bernoulli is teaching me aerodynamics now.
Oh yeah, and then at the last minute he reverses it so that it puts on the brakes. And when it puts on the brakes, he just grabs the bottom. Now I'm not saying go out and try this, but if you do,
I just feel like he did that in a sleeveless shirt too. Like I was going to do that, I'd want to like have a winter jacket on or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Me. Again, Uncle Ken is not saying go out and do this, but if you do, please use your stump to send me the video. Ken Heron upload at gmail.com. Okay. All right. I want to see this.
Can you say stump?
Yeah. Please use what's left of your fingers to send it to me here. Ken Heron upload at gmail.com. And that is also the address where you can send video clips. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I do see that there is a train, and this train is something that I really do appreciate. This super chat train that I will have to mention really quick. Thank you to 2/3 of my Robs in the pre-show. Thank you very much. Rob Muller with a €5. He says, hello, friends. Looking forward to a fun TNL. Cheers from Haarlem in the Netherlands. And Trevor Fuss, he made a fuss for us with, I think that's an Aussie $5. He says, have a great TNL. And I thank you very much. And Drone Rob in with his $20. Thank you very much.
All good people.
He says it's finally Thursday. Drone Rob listens to my radio show on WJLI, Rock 98.3 in Paducah, Kentucky. If one of the moderators will put a link in the chitty chat there, the caster link, then you guys can listen tomorrow morning and see how tired I am after staying up and doing this show. But
I can't imagine you'd be that tired. You're like the Energizer Bunny.
I am. I just keep going and going. Oh my goodness, look! Dynadrone is hopping aboard the super chat train with $5. He says, I'm a little under the weather, so I will be here all night. No fire drill for me. Night. Oh, hi, Jason. You too can. Awesome.
Wow, you were an afterthought.
Yeah, I was. Well, as often as I am when you are on. You do suck all the oxygen out of any room you're in.
Thank you.
That's good. That means, like, you know, if you're at a party and you're in there, everybody's paying attention to you.
Wow.
That's right. You know this is true. After all,
I don't know about that.
You are the Ken Doll of aviation.
Hey, we can test that theory at Minefield because, as it stands right now, we're heading that way.
That's right. You're gonna attend Minefield in person and not just be a cardboard cutout this time.
This is much better, isn't it?
Yes, the 3D Jason Shepard. Heck yeah, man.
I'm telling you.
It's gonna be fun.
And talking about that, I apologize. I know we're on the train right now. I'm
that's
fine.
Just
a little bit longer here.
Yeah.
I have this sounds strange. I have a terrible fear of heights. So my goal is to climb the fire truck ladder.
Oh, yes.
That's my goal.
I am bringing my radio station's 55-foot fire ladder truck, and I'm going to extend the ladder the whole way. And it does, the hose still works, so I'll fill it with water, and if there's any Hooters girls that want to come out, and, you know, if you get hot, I can take care of you, stuff like that. Maybe we do a Hooters fire truck car wash or something out there. That'd be fun.
I looked at where Minefield is on the map. I don't know if there's a Hooters within 200 miles.
No. But
or any restaurant for that
But
matter.
You know what?
Go ahead.
If you're a Hooters girl, you don't need to work at Hooters to be a Hooters girl. You know you're a Hooters girl in here.
What was that little diatribe?
I don't know. But
it didn't make sense.
It did not make any sense. I've been up since 4 a.m. But again, Minefield is happening. There's a link in the description, or you can just go to mindfieldmeet.com to find out all the details. It's free. It's happening Saturday, August 20th. And guess who else is going to be there? Mr. Bardwell, the know-it-all. He's going to be there, the FPV god.
I like him.
Have you ever met Bardwell?
On your show, virtually, sir. Virtually.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so you meet in person.
Yeah.
All right. I think he's about half your height. So
that's okay. Most great FPV pilots are.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem. When I put my goggles on, I'm so high up, it's that center of gravity, you start swaying. I have to sit down.
That's right. And remember, Jason has a smile that's visible for 2 statute miles. Ding.
It's got to be legal.
The train continues. Newfoundland Drones with a Canadian $10. Thank you very much. With a super sticker. Artco, thank you, Artco. Out there in Colorado with the $5.
Yeah.
He says, sex on TV can't hurt unless you fall off. He was a professional comedian at one time. You know, and that was back when you could sit on a television. Remember when TVs were like big wooden boxes?
Yeah, like a big old. I had a CRT monitor. In high school. I know what you're talking about.
You're so young, you don't remember those. You were thinking sex on the TV. How do you have sex on a flat screen? I guess you have to lay it down. Anyway, Media Mike, $10. Thank you, Media Mike. Hello, Ken and Jason. Nothing better than sitting back and enjoying TNL. You're damn right, sir. Join in.
Start a
Love train, a super chat train.
Oh, love. Yeah.
Okay, a Northside Hawk drone check. Been a member of the Pigeon Jerky gang for 10 months. That's really great.
That.
You know, you can become a member right now. Our goal every show is 10, and we just recorded some primo content, didn't we?
We did. You know, I was just thinking, putting up with Ken Heron for 10 months. I mean, you can probably count on one hand how many women have done that.
Well, the 80s were a blur, so they were a blur, my friend. Eric Swanson, $5. Hello, all, and welcome back, Jason. Yes, thank you very much, Eric. And Neo Krasinski, I can't say. Neo Krazzoni won.
Yeah.
With 10 of those things. What is that? What is that country? It's a PLN. Anyway, thanks for those. He says, hey, Ken, please say something good for my girlfriend. Okay. I've got something special just for your girlfriend. And here is Jason to give you a special girlfriend message. Hit it, Jason.
Wow. Families that fly together stay together. So make sure you're both flying your drones together.
And I'll add on to that. Couples who drone together, bone together. Yeah. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. Copyrighted.
That might outsell the Jeff Sills Beach Post shirt.
I don't know if anything will outsell that sex appeal, but anyway. All right. Woo, man. All right. Hey, Keith, D&D aerial views, $5. He said, you said train. Thank you, Keith.
Wow.
He's helped me with a couple videos this weekend. Still going to do some editing and release those very soon, probably tomorrow or the next day. And Johnny Caffeine with the $5. Love it when Jason is on wearing both timepieces. Let's see those times. Awesome. So what do you got? Greenwich Mean Time on the left hand, and what do you got?
Yeah, I got Paducah, Kentucky over here, and Florida over here.
Okay, and what's on the?
I'm ready to go.
What time do your ankle watches say?
Oh, I gotta plug in tonight and charge it. You know,
okay. Thank you, Johnny Caffeine. Ken Torbeck, $5.
Wait! You can't talk to Johnny Caffeine and not play his sound effect. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Johnny Caffeine.
Really...
There he goes.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Now I gotta get back to the train. I gotta get back to the train music. See, that's why I don't do that. I gotta have a different source.
I know, but that was like such a tradition. And
you're right. No, hey,
past few episodes.
You're right. Ken Torbeck sent us $5, and I thank you very much for that. He says, "Can I trade a kidney for a remote pilot 101 class? I'm sure my brother is not using both. You need an extra kidney?
I mean, maybe for cold storage down the line.
I know you were accepting spleens for a while.
Yeah, that is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
Jason Chaput has one of the finest spleen collections in the country. We're coming off the
don't even know.
I don't know.
This show is already going downhill so quickly.
I don't know. I just, Drone Rob, 250. Thanks, Drone Rob. All aboard the 250 train, he says. Appreciate that, buddy. WHM3, $20. PSA, 100 days to Minefield meet. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's close. That's great. And the weather's getting warmer, and I've already arranged with Mother Nature. The weather's going to be good, no rain, and it's going to be 75 degrees. I've arranged it.
Wow.
I've arranged that. Yes.
Can't wait.
Raviogle, FPV, $5. Shout out to Natasha. She wants a Kelly 1 second song rematch. Carmela and Madalena. We'll get on that, and thank you very much for supporting the channel. Coffeeology. That's a great username. Because of Ken, I am now a pincher. Yes, and it works on your drone as well. Ladies. All right. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, the show's off the rails, Jason.
It's off the rails already.
It's
Sorry.
off. Yes, in case you don't know what we're talking about, pinching versus thumbing. Now, you are a thumber, right? Are you not?
I am a thumber. I'm not a pincher.
Okay, and what we're talking about is using your thumbs on a controller
Versus.
or using the pinch method, which is much more precise. But we don't want to open up that can of worms.
I'm a thumber. Look at these guys.
Well, I mean, those are some fine thumbs. I challenge you at Minefield to a thumb wrestling. Okay.
I'm all about it.
All right.
And I challenge you to a pinching competition.
Okay. When pigs fly, $5. Thank you, Jason. Oh, hey, Ken. See, now people are just talking to you.
Wow.
Thank you,
sorry,
Pigs Fly.
Sorry.
Justin Dreeling with
Oxygen
$5.
again.
How's the RX-8? The RX-8 I sent to the shop yesterday. Parts are scarce, so it's going to be a few weeks. It might make.
I just want to.
Yeah.
I want to remind everybody to go back and watch the hit and run video if you want to see what Ken Heron would be like as a NASCAR driver crawling out of the window to Tony Stewart climb the fence kind of stuff. It was glorious.
Oh! If you want to see a 55-year-old guy OD on adrenaline, yeah, go back and watch that.
And the funny thing is, I heard you hurt your neck from that. I'm wondering, did you hurt your neck from the accident or hurt your neck from climbing out of your window and landing like that?
Whatever it was, his insurance company's paying for it. Thank you, Justin Dreeling, for the $5. Jay Young, $5 as well. Glad to catch you live. I'm usually working now. Long live Mini 2. Yeah, I broke my Mini 2 in the last video. The new replacement arm showed up today, in fact.
Yeah, didn't you fly it with like half a prop?
I tried. I tried.
Yeah.
Corey Johnson, $2. Thank you very much. Curious to hear about Saint. How do you say that? Bonifacius.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Bonifacius.
Saint, where'd it go? I have it up on my Saint Bonifacius is how I would say it. I could be totally wrong.
Emphasis on the fascist. Emphasis on the fascists if they're going to pass that kind of drone law. Yeah.
I say Bonifacius. Minnesota.
Shandolomite, $4.20. Ken is sofa. King, amazing. Sofa.
Oh, I get it.
King, like great. Yeah. That's a self-assembling joke. Yes, you assemble that one at home.
Phone call people and say it's alcoholic there.
Oh my goodness. It's Rob. The other Rob has come through. Thank you, sir.
Trifecta.
Look at that. I got all my Robs tonight. $50 from Rob. Thank you, Rob C. And he says, all I have to say is Madonna. Yeah. Have you seen the Madonna thing?
No, I don't have cable. Did something happen?
Okay. I will send you a link later. We talked about it on the morning show. Please, whatever you do, do not put a link up there. I'm not kidding. Do not put a link to that in the chat. But it's hideous, and you should not watch it at work. It's not safe for work. Madonna did an art project that is not art. And I think the end of the train is in sight. Thank you again, Rob. Anubis Arch, TJ Grady, $20. Thank you very much. And he says, very succinctly, pickles. Do you agree, Jason? Pickles?
Fried pickles, yes. And I'm very particular about fried pickles. I don't like when you go to a restaurant, you order fried pickles as an appetizer, and they bring you fried pickle spears. Oh. Fried pickles should always be in chip form, not spear form. That's weird.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you, TJ Grady, very much for that. And One Eye in the Sky, $5 from One Eye in the Sky. Just enough to buy yourself 0.025 gallons of gas for the Mazda. Yes, and that'll get me out of my driveway, that amount of gas. Thank you very much, One Eye in the Sky. Kip's Camera, hey, over there in Louisville. Off the rails in a good way, he says. Louisville. We gotta do disc golf again, Kip. I'll call you next week. And Ken Torbeck with $2. I was so sorry to see you broke your arm. I did break my arm, my drone arm. St. Kenny, $5. Thank you very much, sir. And he didn't say anything. St. Kenny didn't say anything. What would you like to say to St. Kenny, Jason?
Wow. Well, on behalf of St. Kenny, what he probably meant to type was, Ken, your hair looks amazing, your tattoos are stunning, and you look 30 years younger than the 72 years of age that you really are. Third
FPV, $10. Thank you. No Waffle House in Barnwell, so I'm at the Huddle House. See you this weekend. Yes. Jason, did you know about Rotor Riot's Rampage?
I didn't. I do know about Huddle House, though. It's much better than Waffle House, in my opinion.
Are you a Huddle House guy?
Yeah, I mean, Waffle House is just, I don't know, they kind of seem dirty.
Well,
Huddle Houses are just maybe one notch up, I feel like.
Well,
we don't have many down in Florida, though.
You know, Huddle House, Waffle House, just remember this. You can huddle at the Waffle House, but you can't waffle at the Huddle House. And those are words of wisdom from your pal Ken. And don't forget, this weekend, Rampage. I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Drew Camden, Rotor Riot, the whole gang, all the cool people are going to be out there. It is in Barnwell, South Carolina. And it's happening all weekend. I think I'm going to be there Saturday night into Sunday. So I will see you there, and I'm driving the cop car there.
You're going to have to.
I got
to. In the shop.
Yeah, what else can I do? And Dynadrone! Thank you very much for the $5. Wow, this is a long train.
That's back.
We hop back on the train. He says, I am both a pincher with FPV and a thumber for video DJI. Well, now that's a little weird.
Is that like this?
No, I don't think he does it at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Like Mr. Steele, he's a hybrid. He does the thumbing and pinching.
It's called ambidextrous.
It's called thinching. When you thumb and pinch, thinching, or you're a thincher, or a pummer. What sounds better? Let me know in the chat. Thinching or pumming? They both sound dirty.
Thinching. I vote thinching.
Hey, I did a little thinching this weekend. No fair. Mr. Skyfly with a 250. Thank you very much for that. I'm planning on signing up for Jason's course. Great. Right. And now when you do it, use Heron 18 to get 30%. I guess it's 90% off now. Is that right?
No, that's not even close to correct. I have a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old to feed.
Oh, so. Right. Okay. Yeah. So use Heron 18, remotepilot101.com. It really is. All kidding aside, it is more fun to fly when you have that knowledge.
It's true.
You know, because if any authority comes up to you and they say, well, you can't do this, or you're not allowed to, then you can say, oh, yeah, you want to learn something? I know more than you, punk. And then they grab their gun. It's a whole bad thing. No, but it's good to have the knowledge. And you just, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be adding a whole module on thumbing versus pinching by the time he signs up, too. So it'll be there.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'm going to be a graduate of the thinching course at remotepilot101.com.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be the teacher. You're going to proctor the whole course.
Yeah, darn right.
No one knows more about pinching than Ken.
Yeah, darn right I do. Eat More Possum, $2. Pinching is as accurate as all get out. And just to let
GIT.
Eat More Possum know, and we were communicating back and forth. I came up with a T-shirt idea of, and I'm going to make these available soon. I've got Geeks Vana's working on the graphics. It's going to be a tree with a drone in it, and then the text just says, "Trees are dicks." And so those would be for sale. And Eat More Possum think that's a great idea. Mark Sullivan, $5. Thank you very much. Abe Lincoln is my late pass. Thank you for the $5, sir. Much appreciated. Joe Fodoleo, 420. Don't know what he's talking about. That, I don't know, 420. Jason, any ideas?
No, it's already passed. It's already past April.
Yeah, it's a weird, random amount. Love you, mean it. Choo-choo, he says. Olin Hogdinson is the caboose at $199. Thank you, everybody, for that. I can't tell you how much your support means to me, you know, as far as keeping the lights on and just keeping me going, keeping me motivated. He says, hey, guys, proud 107 holder after remotepilot101.com. Golf clap.
Congrats. Golf claps, right?
Maybe a little bit more. A little bit. There's a couple. All right. So now we're about to get to the news, but I think I want to share one video with you first.
Please.
And also, if you just joined us, Ryan Latourette is going to be our guest tonight, and we're going to have kind of a panel and talk about all the weird stories of local municipalities overstepping. And you know, when you can just go down to the Kinko's and get you a no drone zone sign. I mean, who the hell would do that? Oh yeah, me. I would do that. So we're gonna have some fun with that. I think I might bring that to Rampage. I might just bring that to Rampage.
You should. You really should.
See if I get beat up.
Should do a fake protest outside or something.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to play one viewer video before we get into the news.
I'm ready.
This is from Colin. Now, fans of drones and physics know that a quadcopter doesn't work that well with just 3 props.
No, it does not.
It doesn't. And I discovered this as well.
It's basic aerodynamics.
That is true. It's got to be stable. He says, Ken, the prop shattered when I went full send at the end, and it refused to fly with 3 props. Great show, Colin. So here's what a drone looks like when it's trying to fly with 3. He's just out there ripping it up, having fun.
Yeah. That's trippy.
You know, you got to tighten those things. You got to tighten the props.
Yeah.
The aerodynamic forces are really incredible. Here we go.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh.
I heard it. Boom.
Oh, man. Luckily,
at least you landed crashed in the grass.
Yeah, that was fortunate. Thank you very much, Colin, for sending that in. Again, if you just joined us, I've got a Karen video for you later.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
It's going to be so good. But I guess right now, it's time to get into
the news. The news. I want to hear from Jeff Sills. That's who I want to hear from, darn it. Ken, you're really, really good at sitting there so still that it's like you froze. I was thinking maybe I'm going to just be the host now and take over.
The news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
All right, let's head into the drone newsosphere and see what our beloved Jeff Sills is up to and has for us. What's happening, buddy?
I've got all sorts of good news for you guys this week. First, we have a Dutch artist duo that did a light show in Hamburg, and they also discovered some challenges working with drones in public spaces.
300 drones rose into the night sky over Hamburg for a celestial dance. At the premiere, the audience had no idea that the 800,000 euro light spectacle would have to be cancelled on the following 3 evenings due to an alleged attack by other drones. This real and existing danger of collisions meant the whole security concept would have had to be revised. But there wasn't any time to do that. So the authorities had no choice but to cancel.
That's a shame that happened.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is that the first show that they did was astounding. I mean, it really was astounding.
Celestial dance, is how I describe it. I think that's how Ken was on his wedding night, a celestial dance.
You darn right.
And but I mean, they had the drones climbing up the sides of the building. They had all this really, really cool, very technical work done, and to have it messed up because some, idiot wants to fly his drone into the mix is just stupid.
What do you think they did it intentionally to mess it up, or was it just some Yahoo some 13-year-old that didn't know any better?
Germany's got some very, I guess, strict drone laws. So I would be surprised that it was just some Yahoo. I think this was something intentional, but I don't know. There's no information about the people that did it. So.
Okay.
All right. So next in the news, we have information out of Portland, our Portland drone company that works with Verizon. They are going to shutter their company. Verizon was working with this Portland-based drone business called Skyward. And they posted a thing in LinkedIn recently letting them know that the business is going to be ending operations in the coming weeks and that the employees are being let go. It's sort of a strange way of letting your employees know that you're going to go, but the company was bought by Verizon in 2017. It was supposed to reshape their aerial policy and regulations that they did with drones flying near construction areas and stuff like that. And it just, again, is one of these things where a company invested in something without really, I think, thinking too hard about what they were going to do with it.
It's sad because people just think, drones, it's the next internet, it's the next whatever it is. And these big companies with these huge pocketbooks just go, just like people have done with crypto, with drones, with the internet, with everything, just that's the new thing. Just buy something that says drone on it, and then you throw in a management team. They have no clue about it. And again, we don't know a lot of details. I'm speculating on that's what happened, but that's sad.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And sometimes companies will do that because they're developing something close to it, and they just want to absorb these smaller companies so that they're not competition. But if they're just buying up stuff that's say drone on it, then I can write a label on me that says drone. They can buy me.
And you are for sale.
I am for sale as long as you have 2 commas in it. Yeah.
All right. So also in the news recently, the Kent police used a drone to help find a vulnerable woman that was lost. She, the woman had been walking toward a river and was in danger of becoming seriously injured. She went through a construction area and went across a lot of uneven ground. The drone was put up by the police to help direct the police officers on the ground to where she was at to be able to rescue her.
That's great. See? Drones are good.
I like it.
And she was taken safe and uninjured.
That's fantastic.
Let's remember that story when Ryan comes on and we talk about Saint Bonifacius, by the way.
Yeah.
We'll link the two together in a bit. We're building a storyboard, Ken.
There you go.
All right, so if we have any people in the audience that are in the UK and happen to be near Coventry and have never seen a drone show, the Coventry is going to be having a record-breaking display of 360 drones and a stunning live visual celebration of art and nature this weekend on Sunday, May 17th. Ooh. And it's the Wilder family by Celestial. This is the UK's premier drone art company, and they're doing this one-off free event taking place at the War Memorial Park. So if you are in England and can get to Coventry and go to the War Memorial Park on Sunday, May 15th, you get a chance to see a 16-minute long event.
Yeah, and bring your drone. Send it up there. Get good shots. They love that.
Don't listen to Ken. Don't catch your drone like that guy did in the first video, and don't do what Ken just said to do.
That's right.
Don't listen. Yeah. All right. So we talked about this last week about the Hawaii lawmakers trying to pass a fishing drone ban to prevent people from using drones to cast fishing lines. And it has passed the House and the Senate and has gone to the governor. So if you are in Hawaii and you do want to be able to cast fishing lines with your drones, now you need to approach the governor to ask him to stop.
What is the reasoning behind that?
Yeah.
It's basically the people that are against it have raised safety and environmental concerns over what they're doing with the drones. And it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me as to how they justify it. But, again, this comes under one of these things where they believe that drones are only allowed for simple reconnaissance, not for fishing. And so they feel that it's not an approved purpose and that you would need to have like a permit from the Department of Land and Natural Resources or something to be able to do this.
It's just a clever way of fishing and getting fish in deeper waters, right?
Well, yeah, and they were casting lines hundreds of yards from shore.
Well, I feel like this is the taxi driver that didn't want to embrace Uber. This is the fisherman that doesn't want to embrace drone technology. Something along those lines, almost, it seems like.
Well,
government getting in the way of innovation.
Yeah, that's true. But I think I think it's not. They're not trying to defend the fish, right? It's not like deer hunting at night, like spotlighting.
No.
It's not like that kind of thing.
No, and the testimony that was presented during the bill, they had, I guess, witness statements from people that had seen animals or ocean users, people that were out in the ocean getting caught in the fishing lines, and they said that it contributed to ocean debris from abandoning fishing tackles and just basically just not policing their area and being safe with what they were doing.
Jason, can the FAA regulate kites? They can use a kite, right?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I've been kite fishing before. We send up the kite and everything else, and you're technically tethered. I don't know that answer, honestly. But yeah, they're doing that, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a way around everything. We're going to regulate that. Come
I'll
on.
have a tethered drone fly my Castanet out, and how's that any different than a kite?
Right. All right.
Well, it'll be a great option, a great thing to share with your guests this evening. So,
Yeah.
all right. So next in the news, we have the Pakistani military recently shot down a drone carrying 10 kilograms of heroin in Punjab. The drone was flying at a height of about 300 meters, and it flew over an area of responsibility that the military, the BSF, is responsible for. And when the soldiers heard the drone flying over, naturally, of course, the first thing you do is grab your gun and shoot it down, which luckily they did, because it did have 10 kilograms of heroin that had crossed over the border into Pakistan. From the images and the video, I would really be interested if anybody can identify that drone.
Oh yeah, I figured it out. That's the Toddler Lifter 1000. Yeah, that's an earlier version of the Toddler Lifter 2000. You can lift three more toddlers with the 2000. Yeah, you can pack your toddlers and your heroin in there at the same time with the 3000 that they're developing.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, the TL 3000. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but that's. I mean, anytime you're gonna have a big huge drone, there's gonna be a drug lord somewhere and be like, hey, I got an idea. Yeah, I'm glad they shot it down.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad they shot it down.
How did they shoot it down? Was it with a rifle or?
Yeah, it was rifles. They just shot it down with rifles. I mean, it apparently wasn't moving fast, and it's a huge drone, so it probably wasn't too difficult for them to hit. So.
Yeah, which is why your tube socks aren't going to be sent over Kentucky, because they are easy to hit, and there's a few people in Kentucky with guns. Is that Ken's tube socks? Give me my gun.
I mean, Northside Hawk Drone Tech in the chat said, how many tube socks could you fit in there? I mean, think about it.
Oh,
I mean, profitability.
Man.
A lot of tube. I mean, if they can get that much heroin in there, I mean, tube socks? Whew.
Put the heroin inside the tube socks.
It's like double dipping.
Yeah. Man,
you're like Chapo or somebody.
All right. Back on track. All right.
Yeah.
No. We're not doing that.
No.
All right. So next in the news, we have a company, a drone manufacturer by the name of Perception, is relocating into the Riviera Beach area, I believe, in Florida, and they're looking to hire 100
Are you trying to say
100 individuals to work with their company? They're opening up their business in Florida because they feel that this particular drone, which is designed to be able to fly in Category 5 hurricane winds, I mean, this is a serious drone. They believe that Florida is a perfect place because they happen to have hurricanes there. So if anybody is in South Florida and is interested in working for a drone company, look up Perception. They are near Riviera Beach, and they are hiring for 100 positions.
Can you leave that picture up for a second, Ken?
Yeah.
That little guy there, that's going to fly in the eye of a storm?
Yes.
And where are they going to launch it from? Like some of these are, I mean, many miles. You can launch it from.
It's a drone in a box scenario. So this is in a sealed case.
Why did you say that?
Because
why did you say
it's
that?
what it's called, and Ken's gonna have a field day with it. But
why?
Yeah, I know. I'm marking myself for terror at this point.
Oh
but
my goodness!
The drone is designed to.
I got something real important to give you. So just grab my controller and listen.
Girl, you know we've been together such a long time.
Such a long time.
And now I'm ready to show you how to fly. Wow. You know it's sunny, so we both should go outside.
Go outside.
Gonna give you something that will get us both real high.
Really high.
A gift real special. It'll knock you off your socks. Take a look inside.
Open it, girl.
It's my drone in a box. Drone in a box, baby. Yeah. gonna get you a pair of Spanx. That sort of gift won't get me thanks. Not gonna get you a bowl of rags. You must think that I'm some kind of spaz. Not gonna get you a single rose. Nah, girl, this thing won't decompose. Wanna get you something that sounds like bees. It's my drone in a box.
That was so good. It was like a flashback. Did you see? You and I looked the same in that video, and that was like a year or so ago. But did you see the progression of Jeff's beard?
Yeah,
the beard in that video.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now he's got this,
And I had to shave my boy band beard.
Yeah, it
was getting itchy. Anyway, Jeff, I'm sorry. Please continue.
Back to the news.
Oh, yes, please. I'm ready to go. Okay, so Emeryville, California, the police recently arrested a man on Sunday morning after an armed standoff at a hotel. And as part of the issue with this particular person, he was in the hotel lobby on a ground floor and was holding what appeared to be a modified shotgun. The suspect went in and out of view of officers, and they were having a lot of difficulty figuring out where he was in this large hotel lobby area. So they took a drone and they flew it into the building, into the lobby. And after a few minutes of flying around, they located the subject asleep on a couch. So they went in and arrested him.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry we don't have footage of that, but it sounds exciting.
No, I mean, I get tired when I run from the law too. Sometimes you just gotta take a little nap.
It's
exhausting.
Yeah.
I'm stupid criminals.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So last in the news, this has been all over the place. I have been doing a lot of research on this. Recently, there was a plane that was flying to Florida, and the pilot became
incapacitated.
Incapacitated would be the best way of describing it. Yeah. And the plane was landed by one of the other members who was not a pilot, who was an interior decorator, actually. And he was essentially talked down by the ground controllers and landed a Cessna 208 Caravan, which is not an easy plane to land.
This is something that me and Jason here have been talking about doing, because I've often wondered if I was on a plane, a little plane like that, and the need came up with something that the pilot was incapacitated, and they came back. Is there anybody that can fly this plane? I'd be like, well, is there any pilots? Well, I'm a pilot. Oh, great, come on up. Well, I'm a drone pilot. Oh, well, all right. Is there anyone else on this plane? Is there a beautician on this plane? No, I'm a drone pilot. I got this. I can probably give it a shot. No. Is there a CPA on the plane? CPA? Want to try it? Is there a gym teacher? I'm a drone pilot. Maybe give me a shot. No. Is there a stripper on the plane? I mean, how many professions would you have? I don't know. I think, if you are Part 107 certified, how many more lessons do you need to complete through MzeroA to become a man pilot?
On a serious note, one of our largest sales funnels is individuals who use Remote Pilot 101, then decide they want to be a manned pilot and continue on. And the knowledge bridge is 15, 20 hours of studying knowledge-wise. It's not much. Now, the physical skill of flying takes a little bit of effort, but the knowledge portion, you're literally right there.
Okay, so once you got like METARs and sectional charts down and everything, it's just a matter of learning the tech on the plane.
You want to do a live quiz, Ken?
Oh my God! No,
you
have a sectional chart mug.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? I just got to be studying.
Don't quiz me.
There's Ken's house. There's where I fly over and snoop and peep and everything else.
Don't quiz me. So this dude that landed the plane was an interior decorator?
Yeah, his name is Darren Harrison, and he was, I guess, sitting behind where the pilot was. There was a single pilot in the aircraft, which is not uncommon for these particular flights.
Single pilot plane. Yeah.
And he saw the pilot slump forward. He then stepped up into the co-pilot seat. He was able to get his hands on the controls and was able to get the plane out of the dive that it had gone in. But he had a lot of difficulty getting the headset plugged in to be able to communicate with the ground.
So he had to.
He got in.
He had to move dude out of the seat.
No, he just had to push him back. But he got on the radio and was able to communicate with an air traffic controller by the name of Robert Morgan. And Morgan was thinking pretty clearly too, because he printed a picture of the Cessna Caravan's cockpit layout and the panel, and was able to guide the passenger through the steps of flying and landing the plane.
Yeah.
What made me frustrated out of this whole thing is I have gone through story after story after story. I've read probably 50 different versions of this story to get information for you guys. Not one time do they talk about the pilot, give you any indication if the pilot's okay, did he die, you know, anything. They don't give you any information about the pilot because they're completely focused on this guy landing the plane. And just to let you know, the pilot was a certified flight instructor with a huge amount of time with the aircraft.
1,400 hours, yeah.
Yeah, and he also happened to, he was alive and just unconscious when they pulled him from the aircraft. He was taken to the hospital. He is recovering, and the FAA is not going to give any information out in regards to that until probably their report. So we'll never really know what it was that incapacitated him, but you know, it was not something where he just like slumped over and died.
Well, let me ask you, Jason, in this case, can he get a health recertification to fly again?
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, we don't know what actually happened. Obviously, aviation is so picky for maintaining your medical. This is a huge red flag. Something happened. It's probably a 50-50 shot. He loses his medical or gets it back. Honestly, it completely depends on what caused him to become incapacitated.
Okay, I have
it's identified as an unknown illness at this point in everything that I've been able to find.
I have a little bit of audio from this. So here, listen.
There's a passenger flying a plane that's not a pilot, and the pilot's incapacitated. They said we need to try to help them land the plane.
What was the situation with the pilot?
She is incoherent. She is out.
Try to hold the wings level and see if you can start descending for me.
Keep them calm, point them to the runway, and just tell them how to reduce the power so you can descend to land. I just feel like it was probably meant to happen.
Is it not true that most every pilot would like to be the hero in this story?
This is whenever I'm on an airliner, that's my dream. Is like what you said.
Yeah.
Are there any pilots on board? Like that's my dream. And then I'd have my phone back here like this. You know, as I'm landing the 737.
Right.
You know, kind of coming.
Right. Because you got. So do you think you could do it if God forbid? Oh no. Wait, there we go.
Yes, hi. Is there anybody on this plane that can maybe land it?
And then you'd be up there. Ooh, 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 me.
Pick me.
And then I'd be like, no, but I'm a drone pilot. Don't pick him. I'm a drone pilot. But do you think you could, like, just have
I'd
you?
let you be my co-pilot too. I'd let you back me up. You could be like the flight attendant. You know, bring me a coffee to make sure we get down safe and everything else.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that. I can put the seatbelt in the thing. I can do that in the aisle. I can do all that. I can do this kind of thing.
Listen, you have the opportunity to recreate this in a real airplane if you want to. You just got to get that little Mazda, police car, fire truck, any of your 3 vehicles down.
We're gonna do it.
Florida.
We're gonna do it. Awesome.
All right.
Well, props to the person that landed the plane. One of the interesting things was that one of the other aircraft that had landed at the airport that he was at had witnessed the aircraft land.
Yep.
And when he heard that the pilot or that the plane was landed by a passenger, he was impressed and congratulated the guy on a great job.
Yeah, this is all good news, and it ended fine. I'm just glad that he's an interior decorator, that he didn't end up decorating the interior of the plane. Too soon?
And
too soon?
Too
soon? I'm being told it's too soon.
Every single time
yes.
somebody tells me that line, is there a pilot on the plane? I keep thinking of that line from Airplane. When she says that, you see everybody in the back start screaming and climbing up the walls.
Yeah. Hey, do you like gladiator movies?
Autopilot.
Do you like gladiator movies? All right. All right. Thank you very much,
Classic.
Jeff. We'll see you later, buddy.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
That Jeff.
He's a good guy. That was a good little flashback, the Drone in the Box video too. I can't believe he just dropped that like that. Like he knows the consequences of certain words, like Drone in the Box, bird.
Yeah, all that.
Have consequences.
Yeah. So now while I get our guest ready,
I'm ready.
Please tell us a fine joke. I know you have one.
I have a few, sir. Question for you, Ken. Why can't you take your FAA Part 107 test in the jungle?
Why?
There's too many cheetahs. That was a good one.
Cheetahs, right. No, you can't be cheating. Cheetahs.
Yeah,
No, that's
there you
good.
go.
That's
Thank
good. All right.
Thank you.
Let me play one video before we bring in Ryan Latourette and go down the rabbit hole that is these crazy proposed legislation. Jason, I'll let it be up to you. Okay. Do you want to go to a place called Castle Crags in Northern California, or do you want to see the world's biggest basket?
Oh, biggest basket. That's easy. No offense to Castle Crags.
Sorry, Crack Castle. We'll watch you
Crack
later.
Castle, whatever it is.
All right. So this is from Mavic Mini Pilot. And again, if you want to, he sends good stuff. And if you want to send some stuff in, you can for next week. Ken Heron Upload at gmail.com. Please send a streaming link. If you send an actual file, my computer will start smoking. It will explode. Yes. He says, Ken, I flew at this pretty cool basket in Newark, Ohio. The basket was going to be turned into a hotel, but is now abandoned. Mavic Mini Pilot.
An abandoned giant basket?
That's right.
Is this
now,
real?
This is real, and I've had a couple people send me video of this before, but maybe you've never seen it. It is the Longemeyer building. They used to manufacture baskets, and they had an office shaped like a basket. That's right.
Stop it.
Have you ever seen this?
No.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean,
wow.
If that was a hotel, wouldn't you stay in the basket?
Absolutely, like Yogi Bear themed, like trying to get my picnic basket.
You could do all that, yeah. And they could give all the guests basket cases, right?
Yeah,
Cases of basket, yeah.
I get it. I got it. You don't have to explain it.
Yeah. But what a unique building.
I've never known of this, so I assume they're not in business anymore, or they?
I don't think
remote?
so. I don't think they're in business anymore. But back when they were, man. Can you imagine? Hey, we got a business. We make baskets. Can you make our building a basket? Yeah, sure.
Longa Burger.
Longa Burger. That's what it is.
Got the sunset. Oh,
yeah.
Yes, that's good. Cinematography there.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you, Mavic Mini Pilot, for sending that in. All right.
Cool.
I got to get into my Zen zone before we bring in our guest.
In the chat, though, I got to read something. SCYZ said, "Drone in a basket."
It's my drone in a basket.
It's a little wordy, but there's promise.
All right. We're calling Ryan Latourette, and then my face will get red with rage. Not because of him, just because all the crazy stuff going on in the world of drones.
By the way, Sergio just became a Heronbird.
Oh, hey, Sergio, welcome. Thank you for becoming a new member. You now have access to all the member content.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for Ryan to answer his Skype.
Hello?
Ryan!
Oh, we hear him. We just don't see him.
Yeah, we hear you, but we don't see you. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Latourette.
I mean, I'll describe him for you. 6'7", 175 pounds, pure muscle.
That's right.
Usually has a great goatee, kind of spiky hair.
Usually got
glasses.
A lady on each arm.
Yeah, lady on each arm.
Yeah.
Spartans fan.
Yeah. So what happened to your camera?
Is it not working? I see me.
Do you see you?
We don't see you.
We don't see you. We would like to see you.
We see a picture of you on some stairs.
We see a giant S. Do you see you?
I see me. I do not see you.
Well, then you are not seeing it correctly, because you should be seeing an S. Right now, you should be seeing an S. If you're not, then something's wrong in the world. Something's wrong in the universe. You answered on a different device.
I had an issue with Skype earlier, and I quit the app and came back, and it was working for me. So
I'm going to hang up on you, call you back. Bye. Bye, ye.
Bye-bye.
All right. And now another joke from Jason Shepard.
Joking, sorry.
You choke after the joke.
It's just that funny. It's that funny of a joke. No, I'm ready.
Right. Oh, yeah.
All through school, Ken's teachers had to wear sunglasses. Do you know why?
Why?
Because you were so bright.
Ah, that's good. That's good. I like the way you've customized the jokes. I like that.
I tried to make them about you, my subject. You know.
All right, we're waiting for Ryan. This is why we have rehearsal. Stand by for Ryan. While we're waiting for him to answer the phone, people have asked me what I think of the Mini 3. Will I be having a Mini 3 video? Yes, I will, but I have to buy it like everyone else because DJI doesn't give me
there
products.
he is.
There he is. Hey!
Exactly. I just want to, exactly like I described him, by the way. I want everybody to compare my description.
I was going to say he's going to wear a salmon.
Genius.
He's going to wear a salmon shirt tonight. That's what I.
Yes.
That's what I said.
You did say that.
Yep. So welcome to the show, Ryan.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
We got some fun tonight.
Oh my goodness, yes. For people who don't know you, please tell them who you are and what you do and how you can help them.
You bet. Well, I am Ryan Latourette, and I'm the Director of Regulatory Affairs for the Great Lakes Drone Company, a large drone company here in the state of Michigan. And I do legal affairs across the United States for a lot of different drone cases, as well as fighting back against ordinances and lobbying on behalf of drones, right? Advocating for drones.
That's right. And you have a loaded gun ready to fire at any of these signs that you see put up by municipalities that just go ahead and they go on Amazon and buy them, as I did with this one.
I take selfies in front of them with my drone flying.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
So we got a few things to cover. Which one do you want to talk about first? Would you like to talk about the I can't even say the Minnesota one?
Well, so this is an interesting one. Yeah, so it's Saint, what is it, Bonifacius or
Bonifacius. Let's say it.
Right?
Yes.
Bonifacius. Yeah.
Bonifacius, yes.
One of the interesting things, if you look at the ordinance, it does look like it bans drones, and it looks like it bans drones basically everywhere in the city.
Yeah, I'm looking at this thing right here where it says, no person, entity, governmental unit, or law enforcement agency may operate a drone within the airspace of the city. But then you go down a little further and say, use or operation of a drone within the airspace of the city in violation of this chapter shall be a misdemeanor punishable in accordance with state law. But they do allow exceptions.
Yep.
But
here's another key, though.
Yeah.
Look at when it was passed. And it's kind of interesting. This was passed in 2013. So this is prior to any Part 107 had ever came out. It's prior to most drones, in fact.
Yeah.
2013 was really the introduction of the DJI Phantom 1. So people were starting to, hey, this is kind of cool. Let's see what we can do with this thing. So they came out as a city council and put this together with the idea, hey, there's no state law, there's no FAA regulations, we need to do something about it. But if you look at the details of the moment when they actually went through and decided to put this in place, they put a sunset clause on. And the sunset clause was for 2 years. So even though they have the sunset clause and this thing is no longer valid, they never took it off the books. So it's not enforceable. So you can fly there, not a trouble. But it's probably a good idea to grab a lawyer and chase it down with the city council to say, hey, you do have a sunset, you need to remove it.
Explain to people what a sunset law is.
Well, sunset clauses they will put a clause at the end of a law to say this is going to last for a certain amount of time. After that period of time, it automatically becomes invalid. They could re-up that sunset clause, so they could get rid of the sunset clause entirely by repassing the legislation, or they could say, we want to extend the sunset clause, and so they'll put it forward to say we want another 2 years or another 5 years. They did neither of those things, so it has expired.
Yeah. So but they can still, if you flew a drone there, they can still take you to court? I mean, are they aware of this? Is this?
Indeed, they could try, right? And so that is the concern, that if you were in that city and they cited you for that, you would definitely get a ticket, or they could arrest you. In this case, it's a misdemeanor. They're just going to ticket you. You're going to have a court date. When you go to that court date, if you go to that court date, a couple of different things you could do. When you could issue a motion to dismiss to say, hey, there's nothing that you can prosecute here. Please remove this so that we don't have to go to court.
Right.
Or you go to the court and show them that sunset clause, and any judge that's worth their salt is probably going to say, you know what, there's nothing to prosecute here. We're done.
Yeah. Is it okay? Okay. Yeah. To have to go to court to do that, though.
But, well, that's the point, Ryan. Why is it still sitting on the books? I mean, isn't there somebody, a little paralegal at the city that just goes through and audits these things and takes them out after they sunset?
You would think. No.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's just a regular citizen looking at that and saying, hey, wait a minute, this is still out here. We need to do something about it. So now that I've actually had a chance to, really dig into it, I'm probably going to send them a letter tomorrow, an email to say, this has expired. Please remove this from their books. Now, what that can do is that can trigger the council to say, oh, well, maybe we still need this, and then they'll pass something, whether it's the same language or what have you.
Yeah,
so,
because these people, these counties and municipalities, they're kind of cutting and pasting the same verbiage from
everybody else. Isn't it crazy?
Yep. Right. Yeah. And
cookie cutters.
Yeah. So that could happen. We don't want that either, do we?
Exactly. Probably the better situation would be, if there's a number of drone pilots within that community or that area, band together, go visit the council, make some statements, use the public comment area to talk about drones, to, invite the council to see drones, see how they're operating, educate them, right? And then at that point, start to work with the city council to get it removed from the books.
Oh, city councils love to be educated. And they love it when you say that first. Hey, I'm going to educate you. They love it when you say that. People respond well to that. And police officers do as well.
You have to approach it delicately, yes.
Yeah, you do. Now, there is something that happened that is really cool, and we need to talk about it. It's something with a military base, and there's a lot of drama happening, and you are personally helping this person. Can you?
I am involved.
Take us through the beginning of the drama.
You bet. So hopefully Ken has checked his email, because I've sent him some documents that he could actually throw on screen for this.
Okay. Did you send it to me? Right? Did you send it to me after the show began?
I did.
Well, then.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So basically what happened, we have an individual who was in New York City, in the Brooklyn area, and had stopped to film one of the bridges. As they were doing so, they happened to cross over a military base, Fort Hamilton. Fort Hamilton is not one of the DoD, or Department of Defense, sites that's listed as critical infrastructure. If you look on air map, I should say aircraft, or Aloft, any of the other Lance providers, what you'll notice is that there are no restrictions in that area. It is Class G airspace. So anybody can fly there. You do not need an authorization to do so. It is a shelf area with Class B way up there. So you're not going to be flying in controlled airspace whatsoever. In this case, the drone went over the air base. I'm sorry, the Army base, and it suddenly started to descend. It's pretty clear that what was happening was a Counter-UAS was taking down that drone. The drone did come down, hit a tree on the way down. The operator had little to no control as to where it could go, and it came to rest on the ground. And she went to the base to see if she could retrieve that. Yeah.
How did that go?
Take some guts.
Yeah.
There you go.
What? Okay. So
she gets there.
Yeah.
And they basically arrest her. They've confiscated her drone. They take her into an interrogation room, and they badger her. And we're talking significant badgering, to the point that they're trying to get her to issue a statement that she did willfully intend to fly a drone over the base and take pictures of the base and do malicious intent with that drone.
How old is this person, Ryan?
They're our age.
Okay, so it's not a kid. I mean, that's okay. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, the arresting officer finally was able to say, "Hey, are you willing to make a statement?" And so they had a number of different questions that they posed to her in a statement format, and she had to write out what was her intent with the drone, where she was flying, was she FAA certified, had to give all that information, and then they still gave her a ticket that said she was operating in a careless and reckless fashion that would cause damage or harm to individuals. The thing came down in an open field of grass under a tree.
Would the telemetry, what kind of drone was it?
This is a Mavic.
Okay, so it's a DJI product. So would the logs, the flight logs, show when the drone was taken over by the Army?
Yeah, we haven't looked into that particular level of detail at this point to see, the exact moment things happen.
Because it will say in there disconnected from controller at that point. So you could look in there and see exactly when she was not controlling it. Right?
Correct. Yeah. And that should tell us and give us an idea of where that drone was directly over the base, the exact location, and we should be able to see where it was transiting, right?
Because they could have taken control and then landed it in. She could have been. Yeah.
I was going to ask, did the Army admit to taking control of it, or did they never?
Not yet. That's one of the curious things. What we've done is we've submitted a FOIA request to the Army to request the paperwork, all the details. So I do have the ticket. I have the statement that was made, but that's from the drone operator themselves. And we're certain there's other records involved that we do not have. The interesting thing was I did receive a reply from the U.S. Army to say they had no records. Kind of an interesting thing.
Of course they don't.
Right? So they've now turned it over to two places. They've turned it over to the Department of Defense. So we're going to see from the Department of Defense what records they have. And then they've shifted it over to the garrison itself. So we'll have some type of information from Fort Hamilton at some point. I've actually made a call and left a message for the lieutenant who was part of that interrogation as well. So I'm hopeful to hear from him, be able to get some more details if he's willing to share them.
The FAA is all about intent. It's very subjective, a lot of their regulations. And so how are they going to prove that she had intent to cause harm to their base or whatever?
Well, yeah, and it's the intent of, in terms of the penal law that they were focused on, it was the intent to do bodily harm or danger of doing bodily harm to somebody. Now you're coming down in an open field with a tree in it. There's nobody there. So, what's your real intent? What's the risk of landing in an open field with one single tree? Yeah, you landed in the tree and you lost your drone.
But if she accidentally did cross over into base space, then they do, even if it's a mistake, they have every right to take action.
That's the curiosity. What we know to this point is that the Department of Defense has worked in tandem with the FAA to section out what they deem as critical infrastructure. And those locations that are deemed as critical infrastructure, they are authorized to take down a drone with Counter-UAS technology. But those areas that have not yet been designated, which is the majority of military bases across the United States, those places do not yet have that authorization or jurisdiction to take down an aircraft. So that's one of those interesting things.
Jason, how are most military bases labeled in a sectional chart or in the airspace? Aren't there like
they look just like any other airport. I even have their frequencies and everything else on my chart. Like they look just like any other little airport, unless it is like a nuclear sub base or something along those lines. Will it be prohibited or even restricted? But there's so many that are class Gulf airports, little class Delta airports that I can talk to their tower just like a military pilot would. Transition their airspace, no problem. So,
and what's even worse is that this is not an airspace. This is not an airbase. It's an Army base. So there is no runway whatsoever.
Okay, but they can.
I was going to ask, is it even on the sectional chart, Ryan?
No.
See, and that's another thing too. So we are training remote pilots to learn how to study the sectional chart and know where to fly and where not to fly by looking at the chart. And then you've got an Army base that's not even listed on the chart because it's sitting in class Gulf airspace. How am I supposed to know that I'm not allowed to fly there when I was just told the FAA teaches me and Jason teaches me to study the sectional chart, but it's not even on the chart?
Yeah, on the sectional charts, Jason, that I remember in your course, aren't some Army? No. There's places that
I knew this mug would come in handy. You ready?
Right. Yeah.
There's that's a military operations area, a MOA.
A MOA. That's it.
The blue is your restricted area, right? This is actually around our bombing range here in Florida. That's your restricted airspace. But everything like out here, that's just class Gulf airspace, all this stuff out here. You can fly right over there.
Okay. All right. There are some MOAs that are deemed hot or not hot. What is the
hot or cold, active, inactive? Yeah.
Yeah, but
restricted airspace works the same way.
Yeah. But again, those are airspaces. So when you're talking about the U.S. Army, right? There's no airport, there's no aircraft whatsoever. And so now we're talking about land, and that's where you have to go to the ArcGIS, the FAA ArcGIS, to find out where those bases are located that are deemed critical infrastructure, and this is not one of them.
So an Army base can just be Class G airspace that's open? If it doesn't have...
It's the Army. They're doing stuff on the ground.
Yep.
I know, but just as a point of common sense, I wouldn't fly over any Army base, even if it was wide open, unless I was a man pilot and I had to, right? Like, what? If there's an Army base and everything.
Ryan, what's the area again? I'm gonna look it up while you guys are talking. Maybe I can screen share it or something.
Hamilton in New York.
All right, I'm gonna look it up while you guys talk.
Yeah. Keep talking there, Ryan. I'm gonna look it up too.
So what's interesting, we've made the request for records. We had the initial denial. This incident actually took place in July of last year. So we're talking almost a year ago, and this person has been in limbo waiting to have some type of decision made. Are they going to charge her or not? The ticket just says TBD. It literally says just TBD.
Wow. Where is this again? Tell me the name of the place.
Fort Hamilton.
Hamilton. And where is it?
New York. I'm looking it up now, Ken.
I got it. I think I got it.
Pull up the sectional chart for you to help you.
This is just
that's it.
This is just
You're gonna have to zoom way close.
Air map. This is just air map, but
aircraft. Sorry,
aircraft. Yeah, aircraft. Yeah. So this is the fort right here.
That's it.
So there's nothing.
That's the thing. There's nothing.
You could get Lance approval for that. It doesn't even. There's no label. It says Army base. Like
it's Gulf airspace.
It's like a street.
Absolutely.
Huh. So, how do you think this is going to end for her? And is it costing her any money? Because that's what these things require: is money and the wherewithal to do it, to set precedent. That's the big hurdle with all these regulations and these stupid signs, is that you have to have the time and the money to get lawyers to set precedent, and then hopefully it'll catch on, and the other places will be like, oh, well, they did this here, we better not do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, how is she coming along? Is she okay?
Yeah, so the big concern, she's without her drone, right? So whatever cost that would be. Now it's damaged. We know that it did come down in a tree, so who knows what is left of the drone at this point to make it worthwhile. It's not costing her anything at this point. I'm helping freely. The FOIA records, I don't expect are going to cost anything. If they do, it's probably going to be under $25. I'll take care of that. I think the bigger challenge is that she's, with worry. Just the threat of being charged at some point in time. The statute of limitations for that ticket is 2 years. So, here we're at a year. She's got to wait another year before, we aren't going to do anything.
And just imagine having to go through what she did to be interrogated like that. That'll cause nightmares to a lot of people. Yeah. That's sad. But are you optimistic about the outcome?
I am. I think once we get the records, number one, just even making the request has to, put some fear in them that, hey, people are starting to take a look at this and asking questions about why this is happening. I think the other is once we have the records, if they were to go forward with any type of prosecution, we're in a better position to say, oh, this is Class G airspace. Everything was done correctly. Your case just blew up on itself.
Right.
So I am confident that she'll eventually get out of this. I think the less confident portion of me is talking about whether or not she gets the drone back. Right. At this point, it's confiscated. There are legal things that we can do to say, hey, you've taken this illegally. It is a takings of the Fifth Amendment. For that, you need to compensate. But now you're talking some real court time, an attorney.
Right.
You're
but
talking a Mavic.
At the end of this, do you think they'll suddenly appear on a sectional chart?
I don't think so. I really don't.
Hey, I looked up the golf course right next to it appears in the sectional chart though, but the Army base does not.
Oh well.
But they're worried about, what was it, careless and reckless. How many golf balls end up in the Army base? That's why I want to know, because it literally butts up right next to it.
Well, I mean, to certain people, golf course is critical infrastructure. All right. Well, look, we wish her the best of luck. And
this is from Florida. He knows that, right?
Do keep us up to date. We got so many other things to talk about. And I want to play the craziest Karen drone video I've seen in a long time in just a minute. But first, let's talk about someone we can all agree on, President Biden. Barring any political views, let's talk about what the current president, has discussed. Because I'm seeing things like he's got a domestic counter unmanned aircraft systems national action plan. What in the ever-loving hell is that?
Sounds serious.
It does. Yeah. What does that mean for us, the drone community?
Well, yeah. So what this really comes out of is it's quite a long time ago. Back in 2018, the Congress came through and passed the FMRA, the FAA Modernization Reform Act. And within that, they had a statement that was the sense of Congress. The sense of Congress at that point was to say, hey, look, we're tired of drones causing concerns. We believe that there is malicious intent in some of these actions, and we want the FAA to change course and to become less of an educational and more of an enforcement type of organization with regards to rogue drone operations. That lent itself to what we now see from the White House coming out to say we need to have more counter-UAS abilities within our state, local, and other areas of our governmental systems.
So they're wanting to transfer some of the enforcement responsibilities to states.
Not necessarily the enforcement responsibilities, but one of the things that they were doing is starting to figure out how to legalize counter-UAS technology. Because recall, anytime you're using counter-UAS technology, you're sending out FCC signals to a drone, right? That's currently illegal. That's a problem. So if they legalize that and they start to look at the different CUAS elements out there, they can now legalize those to say, as a locality, you can buy Aeroscope, right? Or some other type of system that's used for detection of drones. That's a significant change from where we are today.
You getting a whole bunch of FCC stuff with that as well too. I mean, there's all kinds of acronyms that are going to need to cooperate in order to make this stuff. But it's
I want to say the more scary bit here is when the White House policy was looking at CAUS, they were specifically talking about corporations as critical infrastructure. And so when you think about that, I'm here in the state of Michigan. We have the 3 largest automakers in the world, right? Yeah. And I know that the automakers have looked at that and said, hey, drones are spying on us. They're getting information about how we do our business. We don't like that. We don't want that. So does this now give them the opportunity to go out and chase counter-UAS technologies that are going to bring drones down? At least it's going to provide, detection of drones.
Right. If you're a large enough,
if
you're a large enough company and you're considered critical infrastructure, then you shouldn't have that power, right? I mean, it's like.
And now you start to think about what happened with Disney World. What happened with Disneyland? They were big enough, powerful enough that they went to Congress and said, hey, we need our own TFR. What happened? They have their own TFR. You cannot fly a drone over Disney World.
But it's really an FR. It's not. There's no T about it, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's not temporary. It's been there since 2000. Yeah.
Right.
2003. Yeah.
Just a quick side note, Jason. How are TFRs created? What is? Can I get a TFR over my house for fun?
No, they list it in the regulations what it's going to take. They list even the sporting events or a large open air assembly, as they call it, of people. You have to apply for certain events. Certain events, like sporting events, are just given such. But if you wanted to have a TFR over Minefield, you're going to have to show need to have a TFR.
Can you imagine? That'd be so sad. It'd be just a bunch of people standing there with their controllers.
Would they be thumbing or pinching, though? That's what I want to know.
They'd be thumbing a ride out of there. That's what they would be doing.
Yeah.
But
even when you're talking about that, Jason, so think about the stadium TFR. That's one of the very interesting TFRs to me, because it literally says you cannot fly over a stadium, for an NFL football game, right? But you can only not fly at the stadium for an NFL regular or postseason game. Preseason, have at it. Go hog wild. If there's a concert at that location, so what? You can fly at that concert. One of the very interesting aspects, right? You go down to some of these baseball teams, the Rays down in Florida, right there. They have a routine attendance that's abysmal. It's usually about 3,000 to 5,000 people, but because they seat more than 30,000, it is a TFR. So you can't fly during the baseball game, but when J-Lo goes and packs the place, you can fly. This is just another example of big corporations having the dollars to go lobby to get a TFR.
I mean, personally, I'd rather drone J-Lo than a baseball game. That's just me. But just to wrap up the whole Biden thing, how's that going to pan out? Is it priority? How's it going to affect us as a drone community?
Yeah, so it is a concern, right? It's something to bear in mind, especially when you have some forces on elected areas, and I'm thinking here of Senator Lee, who is adamant that we need to change drone regulations, airspace regulations, to disallow drones. I think this has some legs to it. that are going to come up again when we look at the 2023 FMRA that's going to happen, where they each 5 years they have to re-up the FAA Modernization Reform Act to give the FAA more money. And when that happens, there's all kinds of lobbying that's going to go on to say, hey, can we start bringing drones down? Can we start using this counter technology to make that happen? And the White House is making it a priority. That's a concern.
Wow.
All right, well, let's put our head in the sand and try not to think about that right now, as we need to move on to something else, because we could talk about this stuff for hours upon hours. Shall we go to Oklahoma very quickly and talk about House Bill 3171? All right.
Moving forward.
I got an email from a guy named Scott. He says, "Can I use my drone for my business? I do environmental consulting for the oil and gas sector. The geniuses in Oklahoma who represent me have done it again. Thought this might be useful for you guys in your drone discussion. I thought the FAA controlled the airspace in the United States." And what they're talking about is this bill that's still, this is the update on it. So just today it was sent to the governor.
Wow.
You got an update on what this is and what it means and what it's about?
Well, so if you're from Oklahoma, you're right next door to Texas. Texas passed this same kind of law, and Texas got sued on the same kind of law, and we just had the decision out of that with Texas losing in court. The law, it goes above and beyond its jurisdiction. Obviously, it's trying to regulate airspace. So inevitably, it's going to get thrown out as it is preempted by federal law.
So there's essentially a bunch of people that are getting butthurt over people flying drones over their private property. And they're trying to regulate airspace that is open to everyone. And by that I mean the airspace that goes over your private property. Sorry, Charlie.
Right.
That's just, those noogies are tough. Tough noogies. Sorry. The challenge is the governor is going to sign it. I have no doubt in that. And it is much more difficult to get a law off the books than it is to get it on a book. So it's going to take banding together as a drone community, especially in the Oklahoma area. You're going to have to go in and challenge the law, go to court. And that means grabbing an attorney, putting together the funds.
How can the feds say one thing and state says another?
Well, and the trouble is you've got the FAA that's not going to make a comment on it. They're the ones that really should be going to the state and saying, we're going to go after you. We're going to take this up in court. And the FAA is not going to do that.
How did Texas pull it off? I mean, they just banded together, raised the money, started a GoFundMe and sued them? I mean, what'd they do?
Well, in Texas case, it was kind of interesting that the law there came about because one pilot, a news reporter, had flown over a property looking at why a lake had turned red. And it turned out that, it was a bunch of slaughter turning the lake red. And when that got reported, of course, the slaughterhouse was like, we need a law against this.
Right. It's all it's all the puppy mills and the backyard pot farmers who don't, we need a law. We need a law against drones so I can grow my marijuana illegally and not get caught or whatever they're doing, whatever they're doing. I don't know. But
so in this case, it was a reporter. And so the NPPA, which is the National Press Photographers Association, looked at this and said, hey, this is a real challenge to our journalists. We need to take this mantle up and see what we can do about it. So it was the NPAA, which has a national organization, big funds to be able to chase it. But you get lucky in that respect that a national organization is going to go after things, but they can't do that for each and every state. We can't play this whack-a-mole game. And unfortunately, that's where we're at.
Okay. So frustrations abound. This is actually, all the horrible things that are happening. It's actually really interesting time to be in the drone community.
Yeah.
There's so much happening. It's very dynamic right now. A lot of it sucks, of course, and it's going to change the way we do things, remote ID notwithstanding. But so what can we do? What can we do as a drone community? What can we do to help this along in our favor?
Well,
to keep these wacky things from happening.
We do need to organize and band together. Unfortunately, at this point, it is still whack-a-mole, state by state.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you from my experience, right now we are suing, we sued the county government of Ottawa County to get a victory. Ottawa County has decided that they are going to appeal that victory, and we actually want that because when we win at the appellate court, it becomes statewide precedent, and so we're done. We need to put together groups in each and every state to do some of those same measures. I'm working with a group out of Illinois, and we're chasing the Illinois state preemption law there. We've had some big wins on that one, especially Cook County was one that a motion to dismiss was able to be won. New Jersey is another one that I'm chasing as well. Florida is on my list to get after, but we're going to have individuals from each state step up and say, I'm willing to make an organization. I'm willing to, put together folks and come to a common goal that we're going to chase this law, that law, meet at whatever city, township hall, and
there needs to be
them on their ordinances.
There needs to be a tipping point that happens where we get all this precedent and then people don't even bother trying to make these laws anymore. And something that needs to be said, thank you, Ryan, for being in our corner. This is not Ryan's full-time job to fight windmills for you. He has a regular job, and this is his hobby.
Yeah, fun.
Right? So, you mentioned that you helped that girl who attacked that army base, and you paid the $25 or whatever. You're willing to do that. I know you're putting a lot of your own money and effort and sweat into this. Is there any way that you can? Do you have a GoFundMe page? Do you have any funding source to help you fight these kind of things, and you won't be nickel and dime to death? Can we help you in some way?
I do not yet. That is something that we will look at doing at some point down the road. Here in Michigan, we've got the Michigan Coalition of Drone Operators. I want to create a Illinois Coalition of Drone Operators or a Florida Coalition, and at some point roll that out to be a national coalition of drone operators. If we can get to that, I think, then we're going to have funds at each and every level, and that may be a small membership dues. But it's going to take that type of money to chase these laws.
Yeah. Well, we sure do appreciate what you're doing. Now, before we let you go, I want to share with both of you guys this 2 videos that were sent to me by a guy named Flying Brian, which is just fantastic. If your name's Brian and you do drones, of course, you're going to be called Flying Brian.
Flying Brian.
Flying Brian. Do either of you know what Beast Class FPV is?
I'm not familiar, sir. It sounds like something I'm interested in, though.
What would you think Beast Class would be?
A large FPV.
Yes.
Like a Matrice FPV.
Yes. This is scary. Lop your head off, 10-inch or in that range. And I'm gonna play you this clip of the first video that he sent. He says, Ken, I just thought I'd share a video of me freestyling the Beast Class. It now has a few upgrades in the motor department. 5215 430 kV Method X motors. I know that means something to some of you. But the audio from this is just... I love flying my 6S 5-inch and just letting it scream. I love that. But this is another level. This is just so great. Listen to this thing fly.
All right, I'm starting up. All right.
Listen to it echo. Isn't that just effing awesome? Oh my God! It sounds.
Mode, I like it.
It sounds
Press
like
that and take out a small tree.
Yeah. What's that thing in Star Wars that they ride on those little motorcycles through the trees? It sounds like, you know, that sound that sound in Star Wars, the original Star Wars, where they're riding a. Jason, have you not seen?
I wasn't alive.
Yes, but they have recorded it so that you can watch it later.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it on
They're
YouTube
still
Premium?
They only showed it in 1977. That was it. You missed it.
Okay.
You missed it. Have you not seen Star Wars, Jason?
I have never seen Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Dancing with the Stars.
What?
I've never seen any of the Star shows.
I
apologize.
I think you just
Never.
lost. Think you just lost some dude points there.
Sorry.
But anyway, you know what I'm talking about? The speeder bikes. Yes, the speeder bikes. They go through they're like, choo! I mean, the sound design in Star Wars, that's what it sounded like. And to be at the control of that, ooh, I want one. I want one so bad. So, by the way, this is the viewer video of the week, both of these. And congratulations to Flying Brian. But I had to share this while you guys were on. Now, if you're offended by bleep profanity, go ahead and watch Florida Housewives or whatever at this point, because this is over the top, just super turbo Karen douche nozzle stuff. So Flying Brian says, I videoed a public freakout that will make your blood boil, he says. MF was so loud the landlord down the road heard it. Police were called and, of course, informed him that it is not illegal to fly over his house. They also reminded him that it's a federal offense to shoot a drone out of the sky, which he also threatened. And yeah, you guessed it, he's not allowed to own a gun. Lol. He says a few months later, he did come by my house and apologized. We'll see how long that lasts. But can you imagine what a nightmare it would be if you're an FPV pilot and you live next to this douche nozzle? All right, enjoy this. Turbo Karen. And there are some subtitles that may be incorrect. Enjoy the viewer video of the week. Oh, it gets better.
I think we got a problem.
I will shoot that motherfucker out of the sky. You want your ass whooped today? Because I can do it right now. You don't know me. You don't know me. Pussy. Come on. You're a pussy, and you don't respect no body's land. You don't respect no body. You gotta find that motherfucker over my house. They got around. Motherfucker. Like I said, you rent and I own. All this woods are my motherfucking land. Now find that motherfucker over my house, I'm gonna break your goddamn jaw. I told you once nicely, and you still disrespect me. You still speed up this motherfucking driveway, hauling ass. I saw you earlier. I was there. I swear, man. Keep on around, boy. I'm gonna break your goddamn shit. I'm gonna around and find out. I'm gonna around and find out, dude. I told you. I asked you nicely, but find that motherfucker over my house.
You need to back off.
What?
You need to back up.
Do I?
Yeah.
What you got?
You're out of line.
What you got?
You're out of line.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
This is my land. I own this. That's my house. I own that.
I didn't fly over your house.
I just sat there and watched it. My daughter just sat there.
I got video of my goggles of where I flew.
bit of outer space.
You know what?
We're keeping it out of our motherfucking yard. Keep it off my property. Quit flying that shit on my goddamn house. You think I'm around?
I don't know what the problem is.
The problem is you disrespect everybody that lives there. You haul ass up the goddamn driveway. You fly your stupid little camera around.
You're the only person that's had a problem with me, man.
Because I'm out in the goddamn country. How many fucking people do you think there are? I asked you nicely the first time.
And I haven't done that, so I don't know what your problem is.
Go over my roof. Yeah, I know you get to see it on your goggles, but I asked you nicely to quit flying that goddamn shit on my house.
I'm not flying it over your damn house.
You just did.
I watched you too.
Thank you.
Stop.
Call her a liar.
You guys, seriously.
And if I hear you almost hit our dog one more time,
Almost hit your dog. Almost hit your dog. What are you talking about?
$78,000 for my shit. That's my shit. I don't want your stupid little robot over my house.
Okay, we're done here. Please get off the land.
What? My land? What, you gonna tell me to get off my land?
Wow. The subtitles, Ken.
They might not have been accurate, but I couldn't hear it all that well. So,
wow.
Yeah, can you imagine living next to that?
No.
I mean, he
owns though. He owns.
Oh, he owns the yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, so that guy he needs a hug. He needs a hug. Ryan, your thoughts?
Fuck it rhymes with bucket and then tuck it, right?
Yeah.
Just saying.
It does. So thank you, Flying Brian, for that awesome video, and you have our sympathies. There's I can't imagine what it would be like to live next to that person or be that person, because that's not the only thing he's been upset about. The sun rose on the wrong side of my tree this week. Yeah, and then he's
I didn't realize how far away he was. I thought he was like maybe behind the house or something. That you see him walk out of the woods. Like he looked like he was quite a ways away.
He was walking out of the woods like Sasquatch, like he just suddenly appeared.
Wow.
So yeah, let that wash over you. Whatever problems you're having out there, my drone friends, with people being upset, glaring at you, just thank your lucky stars that you don't live next to that nut job.
I'm thinking Minefield 2023 or a Rampage event could be at Brian's house.
Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine we all descend over there? Like, oh my God, that's whenever I hear about these places that are just so upset, or a Karen like that, it's like everybody's always like, tell us where he lives, we'll go over and fly it. Get everybody, a flash mob over there with all their drones. Yeah. Anyway, Ryan, thank you so much for your expertise. Keep fighting the fight. If people want to contact your work, can they do that?
Yep. So I think my email's in your signature. Latourette at Comcast.net. Hit me up, and I'll try to help out what I can.
Excellent. And if you missed his email, just email me right here, and I will get that over to you. Thank you very much, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you later.
Wow.
All right. Woo! Man, you know what? After that, I'm going to need just a little dose of the Raz.
I was going to say we need some Raz after all of that. That was
yeah,
deep.
yeah. Let's go ahead and
please
let's hop into the Raz and there we go. There we go. That's so much better. There's no idiot neighbors in here. There's nobody upset over drones. It's just a wonderful place to heal and come together in our thongs. Yes, everybody in here is wearing a thong. I can see it. It's okay. Sir, I believe you're hanging out. That's all right. There's no rules in here. You can do whatever you want. Well, there is one rule. What is that rule, Jason?
There is no tooting in the Raz.
Please do not fart in the Raz, but do enjoy. Uncle Bill's toys? What the hell, Uncle Bill? Are you that weird uncle?
Everyone has that uncle, you know?
I know, right? And his toys? Uncle, what kind of toys are you bringing to the Raz, Uncle Bill? Anyway, yeah, now you ruin the Raz for the rest of us. Goodness.
We'll get it cleaned, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll have to. We'll have to drain the whole thing. Okay, wow. Well, we spent a lot of time with Ryan. But
it was so good, though.
It was so fun. There's a couple things that I wanted to do. Uh-oh. I'm getting an error. Let me share the error. Error! YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Open widget. What does that mean? I don't want to open the widget.
Let's open it.
No, I don't dare.
Hey, speaking of that, I think we forgot the bow chart.
We did forget the bow chart. I am so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, hang on for the weekly bow chart.
Hi, everybody. Jim Beauchart back again with another episode of the Weekly Beauchart. Ken, I just got a letter from Kelly's lawyer, and between you and me, do I really have to put his picture on the wall if he wins a tennis tournament? I hope not. And we've got Mr. Pottyhead and Uncle Extra meeting to tell a couple of jokes. Let's have a listen, shall we? 97% of people are stupid. Thank God I'm in the other 5%. When my Uncle Frank died, he wanted his cremation to be buried in his favorite beer mug. His last wish was to be Frankenstein. I wrote a book on how to fall downstairs. It's a step-by-step guide.
Wow.
I told my date I work with animals. She says that's really sweet. I like a man who loves animals. She said, where do you work? I told her, I'm a butcher. Somebody told me my clothes were gay. I said, yeah, they came out of the closet this morning. Don't challenge death to a pillow fight unless you're prepared for the repercussions.
Oh, God.
And now here's a quick one, because as usual, we are running out of time. If your girlfriend comes home wearing a white suit, covered in bee stings, and smells like honey, you know she's a keeper. And on that note, and bye.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Beauchart, as always.
I would like to know, how long it takes to get into from the Grim Reaper to the Clown. Mr. Pottyhead is an easy one, but the makeup.
Oh, he's got a whole staff over there.
Do you think he batches them out, like he makes a month's worth of bow charts since he's all dressed up like that?
Oh, like Uncle Mediums? Oh, no, he's doing it every week for sure. Yeah. Do you know how I know?
How?
Because he changes the picture.
That's right. The picture's in the back.
Yeah. So he's doing that. There's another video, and I wanted to share this with when Ryan was on, but this is an illegal flight. And I'm not going to credit the person because it's an illegal flight.
Got it.
Tell me why this is illegal.
I'm ready.
Do you recognize it yet? Yes, that's the.
Are we going through?
That's the Eiffel.
Oh, wow, that's the Eiffel
frickin' tower. Yes.
Wow.
Now that's a great. I would love to do that, but
we're definitely over people at night right now.
Yeah, well, of course, this is France too, but they share a lot of our similar laws. But the airspace over and around the Eiffel Tower is so tightly controlled. Yeah, that is hella illegal. And this dude just posted it on YouTube like, oh, that was pretty cool. So they have dumbasses over there too.
Yeah.
They have dumbasses. Great footage. Wouldn't have done it at night. I was going to do it at all. Any other thoughts on that?
No, I don't. Not for. I mean, it's beautiful, but yeah, if you're gonna, this is the problem.
Yeah.
laws are created because people do dumb things, and someone's going to see that, and someone higher up in some commission or something's going to enact another law because of this one little silly thing. And that's the problem. People like that make it hard for everybody else like us that's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, true. Want to see another illegal flight?
Sure, why not?
Now, I'm also not going to credit this person only because they probably don't know, and they're a nice person. They're a viewer of this channel, and they might admit it in the chat. But this is also a highly illegal flight. This is critical infrastructure, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
This is Niagara Falls.
Wow.
Yeah. I think you can get permission to do this if you're like the BBC or...
Right. Oh, wow.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's great footage, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous.
But there's so many permits and hoops that you have to go through.
There's also, I haven't been there, so I don't know if they're on the U.S. or the Canadian side, but think about you're changing rules and regulations as you fly across the border, if they're even allowed to do such.
That's true. I think this is mostly on the Canadian.
I don't know.
No, that's the New York side right there. I've been there, but it's great footage. But to the person who did it, maybe don't tell anybody who you are. That's just my advice. So now we have to play these viewer videos. This is Castle Crags. This is from Levi. Now this video is a cry for help. Okay, that I'm going to play from Levi. This is someone who is flying a Mini 2, but desperately, their soul is crying out for FPV, as you will see from this video.
I'm ready.
He says, "Hey, Ken, hey man, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to share this video with you. Even if you aren't able to show it on TNL, this place is called Castle Crags, and it is located in Northern California. The winds were blowing in gusts, so I had to fly in between them and was only able to capture what you see. The drone was a Mini 2. The music is epidemic. Have a good night. Love the show." Right? I mean, clearly this is someone who wants
many good gaps, huh?
to shoot gaps. Yeah. Levi finds all these really great places. Would love to fly FPV through there.
Yeah.
How are you doing with your FPV game there, Jason?
It's okay. It's not. I'm not at your level. I'll show you at Minefield from the top of the ladder.
Okay. Will we all have to wear helmets?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, good.
It'll be great. Don't worry.
You're still flying the POS?
Wow.
Right.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Okay, all right. That's what it's called.
Not everyone's gonna get that joke, but yeah.
No, I think they do. I think people get it. I have people that I know people that own it and enjoy it, the DJI FPV, but they call it the POS, and I appreciate that. I know there's people, hey man, I'll meet you out in the field. Yeah, you bring the POS? Yeah, I'll bring my POS. All right, we'll see you out there.
I mean, at least I own it, you know.
Right.
Least,
right. Yeah.
I know.
And you're flying the Acro, right?
Yeah, flying a little bit of Acro, everything else. So take it out to the beach and everything, having some good old time with that. So it's been good.
Isn't it fun? Isn't it?
It is a lot of fun. It doesn't. I'm not at beast mode or anything like that, or beast size, whatever you call that. But that's a different ball game.
I want to get one of those just for the sound. It's 10-inch, just whatever. I'll just.
That's cool.
Oh. Oh, let's go to the railroad.
Please.
Yes. This is from SKS Video Guy, Scott, and he is the reason why, if you see any Mavic 3 footage on my channel, it's because back in December, he loaned me his new Mavic 3.
Wow.
And I need to get that back to him. I keep asking him, I say, hey, you want it back? He's like, you go ahead. I'm like, oh, nicest guy. And so I know we have a lot of people watching who are into railroad stuff as well. And this is from Scott. He went to the Strasburg Railroad Yard in Strasburg, Pennsylvania. Enjoy.
The Strasburg Railroad is a heritage railroad and is the oldest continuously operating railroad in the Western Hemisphere. Strasburg offers 45-minute rides out into the country. There's nothing like the sound of a live steam locomotive. Thomas was originally built in 1917 and restored in 1998 and converted to look like Thomas the Tank Engine. His first run was in April 1999, and a crowd of over 65,000 people showed up to welcome Thomas to Strasburg Railroad. Thomas makes 3 appearances each year in April, June, and September. He does make appearances in other stations, but Strasburg is his home station. Strasburg has a total of 8 steam locomotives on their current roster, 5 of which are operational. On average, an engine uses half a ton of coal and 1,000 gallons of water for the 45-minute trip. The locomotives cost about $500,000 each to restore. The railroad spends approximately $150,000 a year in maintenance to keep the locomotives safe and operational. And it operates from May to September each year.
Isn't that awesome? That's great, like a little mini documentary.
Cool.
Yeah, narrated and everything. Good job, Scott.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I didn't know Thomas the Tank Engine was real. I had no idea.
It's the cartoon you watched.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine like you're walking home from a bar, right? Late one night. Wait, hold on. Let me get my music. Okay. All right,
we're ready.
It's 2 a.m. You just left the bar. You gotta find your way home. The only way to do it is, the train tracks go by your house. So you're like, well, I'll just leave my car here because driving at this point would be irresponsible. And you're just walking down the tracks, and out of nowhere, here comes a train with a face on it.
I love it.
I would sober up immediately. Can you imagine?
You would.
Like if Thomas the Tank Engine wasn't a super specialized train, like if he just went and pulled like Amtrak's and like cargo cars all over, that would be hilarious. Somebody had a question in here. I think it was King Heron the Great One. Jason, maybe you can field this one. Can you fly a drone from a plane? I know the answer.
You cannot.
Cannot, no.
You cannot. Moving vehicle.
Yeah.
Still a moving vehicle.
Well.
But good question.
I think you can fly a drone from a moving car in a sparsely populated area, right? Is that right?
Or sparsely. And remember all our new regs that are coming out too.
Like what? Tell us about the new regs.
Oh, well, we have our 4 categories of flying over people, right? That's all coming to fruition. I won't say the ugly word of remote ID because no one wants to talk about remote ID because that's not glamorous. It's like that sends shivers up the spine of the FPV community and everything else. So I totally get that.
Right.
Then we're working on beyond visual line of sight. Is I hear is in the works.
Oh, really?
Won't that be exciting?
Oh, really? Who said that was? I don't know. I believe that.
I don't know.
Oh, did I? I
don't know who broke that story.
My producer that doesn't exist. Oh, if it's me, he's pointing at me.
Oh,
yeah.
What a smart guy. That's got gray hair. He looks smart.
So when is that happening?
Glasses. I don't know a date on that, honestly. I don't know a date.
And is that going to be something that just becomes part of? Is that 107 or is that recreational?
I would imagine. If I were the FAA, I would do it similar to how they did night, right? When you do your new recurrent or you do your new training, you'll just be trained on that as well.
Okay, so
I would assume.
So the way it is now, if you're a recreational pilot, you can fly at night.
Right. You take your trust test and everything else, but still, yeah.
But and if you haven't taken your online recurrent test, then you can't fly at night. Even if you had the CFR Part 107 14, what is it, .29 or whatever the hell I got that took me 3 years to get, that is no longer, that pisses me off.
Your daylight waiver, which sounds like an oxymoron, but yes.
Yeah. But so is that going to be something for Part 107 pilots only, or is that going to go over to
again? I don't know.
Okay.
You're the one who broke the news, sir. So I'm just telling you what I heard from a very wise Heron Bird, the president of the Heron Birds.
Hey, XJet is in the chat. Hey, XJet, good to see you, buddy. Hey,
it's late there.
Yeah, he's in New Zealand.
Or early.
We got to get. Yeah, it's already Friday over there. He's enjoying Friday.
Yeah.
So we gotta get you back on the show, Bruce. Email me. Oh, wait, that's not email. Email me. What are the other regulations?
Wow.
I didn't mean to pop quiz you. Sorry.
No, it's all good. I think that covers everything.
Okay,
we already updated our night. Beyond Visual Insights coming over people. Remember your 4 categories of how much destruction it would cause if it hit somebody when it flew over them, essentially.
It's so subjective, all this stuff. Why do they leave it so wishy-washy? Why don't they say this and that? Why do they do like if this, then that? Why do they do that?
Well, to go back, I wanted to mention this, but Ryan was doing such a good job at it. Talk about the TFRs over stadiums.
Yeah.
I always find it funny when the TFR is over the stadium. That's a roof, right? It's a covered stadium. It's like when they invite the Goodyear blimp to fly over the NBA game. You're like, what are you guys doing up there?
Yeah.
The whole time.
What are you filming? What are you?
Yeah, they have these covered stadiums. They put a TFR over them. It's like, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you think about it. But okay.
I guess the reasoning would be anti-terrorism measure.
Sure. Yeah, I get it. But then Ryan made a great point too. You have a concert that doesn't get a TFR, and then you have, some baseball team that's really not doing too well ticket sale wise, and it gets a TFR too.
Yeah.
It's TFR on the concert doesn't.
Well, logic in the government doesn't. Yeah. They don't jibe all the time. All right, I've got one more video that I want to share, and this is from Jeff Udock. He says, "Ken, the Route 66 Drive-In Theater is located in Carthage, Missouri, or Missouri. Is it Missouri? It's Missouri. Missouri.
I say Missouri, but okay.
Okay. Anyway, it's a cool piece of Americana. I shot this with my Mavic Air 2, and the music is most definitely epidemic sound, so it's not crap."
Right there, you took my breath away. Young and pretty, was it just a dream?
I filmed there as well on my Route 66 journey.
Yeah.
You told me I'm your little buttercup. You came over and you fell into my arms.
Is it still functioning?
I think. I think it is. It's
reopened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if you're under 5, you can just drive on in there for free.
That's so nice of them.
Isn't it? Wouldn't that be funny if a bunch of 5-year-olds came in their little play school mobile cars?
Yeah.
They just start coming in their little plastic cars. Yeah. That'd be awesome. Thank you very much for that.
That's cool.
All right, so the show is it's over budget right now. This show is way over budget. We've gone long. Jason, are you okay? You still good?
I'm good.
Okay, now what did I forget?
I'm not the one with the morning show to do in the morning.
Oh, that's right. I got to get up at 4 a.m. But luckily, my commute is short.
Yeah, exactly.
So what else did I want to share? We did that. We played the illegal video. We did the naked girl dancing with the chainsaws.
We haven't given anything away. Is there anything to give away?
Nah. Of course there is. Let's just do pick me right now. Pick me. I will give away 2 prizes from freewellgear.com. We thank them very much for being a sponsor for so long. Let's pick one member who uses the red pick me, and then one non-member who will, after winning this prize, certainly become a member. All right? So, I've got Freewell Gear. These are ND filters, polarized filters for your camera, your pocket, your drone. They've got them for all kinds of cameras. 35 millimeter, freewellgear.com. I'll let Jason, you pick someone who is a member. Pick me.
I've got a member.
Okay.
It's a member who not only watches all our drone stuff, but watches all our manned aviation stuff. You ready for the member winner?
Yeah.
The member winner is Carl's Corner, who comes on every MzeroA show and always is one of the first comments as Mr. Dreamy. You called me Mr. Dreamy in a show a long time ago, and it's just stuck.
All right, well, congratulations. You are they're non-member. I picked one. I picked a non-member, and the winner is Wayne B. Wayne, you be the winner. All right. So congratulations to you guys, and remember to email me here and remind me what you won. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Because I'm old.
Remind you of what they won. Like, oh, Ken, I won the Cinewoop behind you there.
Well, I know if you're lying. I won the Lamborghini, Ken. I know if you're full of crap. I mean, but do remind me, because again, I don't have a staff. I edit my own videos. This is all.
Who's that producer you're always talking to?
Oh, that guy over there. He's playing Tetris. I don't know what he's doing over there. He didn't want to be on camera, that guy. But there's nobody over there. There's no one over there. I assure you, it's just me. So congratulations. Anything else we forgot?
Wow.
I do want to remind everybody that Mindfield 3.0 is happening Saturday, August 20th. Let me just go ahead and show you this. This is the website. If you want to go here and check out all the deets, all the details. This is in Brownsville, Tennessee.
Big, riveting town. Great town.
It is. There's camping. Joshua Barwell's going to be there. Jason Shepard's going to be there. And it's just a free event where we all just go and hang out and fly drones and crash drones and eat food and like that. Simple. August 20th, Saturday. And so, what else? I think I'm forgetting something. What is it? Oh, that's right. RemotePilot101.com. We got to talk about RemotePilot101.com one more time to let people know where to go to get all of the knowledge, the lessons that you've been pouring your heart into this. RemotePilot101.com. Now, how much new content, new videos are you populating on your site here?
We just shot 18 new videos last month. We are always updating that and always adding more. We say a good pilot's always learning. Well, whether you're a drone pilot, you're an airline pilot, doesn't matter. You should always be learning. So if you're looking to pass that Part 107 test, I hope you'll give us a chance. You can use Heron18, which is, I'll remind you, our most used promo code, just because people trust you, Ken. People actually listen to you.
I have a trust me face, and I abuse that. Yeah. I abuse the hell out of it. Yeah,
you do.
Yeah. So experience as a drone pilot is the skin on the body, but the bones of your pilot body is the knowledge that you will get from RemotePilot101.com. And
that was a really great analogy.
Thank you. Now,
you could be on the marketing team.
Okay. As an example of how happy you can be once you graduate, I refer to my friend Jeff in Atlanta who passed. There he is. There's my buddy Jeff. He used RemotePilot101.com. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah, this is good stuff. That's his certificate right there. There's a t-shirt. So happy. He has passed. He's a real certified by the FAA pilot. Bust out the champagne. Yes, sir. That's a happy camper right there. I will see Jeff this weekend. I will see him this Sunday in Barnwell, South Carolina at Rotor Riot's Rampage. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope to break many props. And a few hearts. All right, it's time to go.
Yeah,
we hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
I am so tired right now, but I pushed through for you guys. Thank you so much for making this show fun each and every week. Jason, thank you very much for being the co-host. It's always a special show when you are on. Yes. I think Kelly Green's coming back next. It'll be either Kelly Green or the ex-wife next week. Let me know up here.
Good options.
Who you would rather see as co-host next week, ex-wife or Kelly Green? Keep in mind, only one of them's going to be in a thong bikini, and I think it's Kelly Green. Thank you very much, Jeff Sills, for the news, and Ryan Latourette for all his legal advice, and keep fighting the good fight, my friend. Until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Bye. As it.
enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, the killer can process meat. Say I enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, and you give your family a treat. Establish nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them grow. You enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, a killer can process meat. Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Ashley too. There'll be fun and quizzes and Kelly's misses. The bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the rats. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, 'cause TNL is here for you. Yeah!